This is West African Voice Network.
Glad to have you join us on Newswave on West African Voice Network. I am Fatima Ibrahim. Let's begin the bulletin in Nigeria as World Bank grants $40 million to boost health coverage for vulnerable populations. The World Bank has committed $40 million in performance-based funding to help strengthen financial protection for impoverished and vulnerable groups in Nigeria as part of a newly launched national health initiative. This funding forms part of a broader $500 million support package from the International Development Association (IDA), approved on 26 September 2024. The program also includes an additional $70.01 million grant from the Global Financing Facility. The initiative, known as the Human Capital Opportunities for Prosperity and Equality Health Program for Results, is designed to run until 30th June 2029. Its core aim is to improve equitable access to essential health care while enhancing the resilience of Nigeria's health system. Once dispersed, the government is expected to allocate the funds to participating states, where they will be used to expand health insurance coverage and introduce complementary support systems for the most disadvantaged populations. According to the World Bank documentation, the disbursement process is both time-sensitive and strictly conditional, ensuring that progress remains aligned with the implementation timeline and agreed performance benchmarks. We move now to the Sahel in Senegal as the country joins African nations in urging de-escalation of Israel-Iran conflict. Senegal has joined other African nations including Nigeria, Ghana, and Benin in calling for an immediate de-escalation of the intensifying conflict between Israel and Iran, warning of the broader implications for global peace and regional stability as hostilities reach unprecedented levels with mounting casualties on both sides. Senegal is urging for peace, multilateral dialogue, and respect for international law. In a statement issued by the Ministry of African Integration and Foreign Affairs, Dakar condemned all acts of aggression and violations of international legal norms, calling for an urgent ceasefire and a return to diplomatic engagement. According to a report from Iran State News Agency, the conflict has escalated rapidly in recent days. Israel's military operation, dubbed Rising Lion, has reportedly claimed at least 406 lives in Iran, including 14 nuclear scientists and several senior Revolutionary Guard officials. In response, Iran launched True Promise III, firing 150 ballistic missiles and nearly 100 suicide drones. Although most were intercepted, the attacks killed at least 24 civilians and injured hundreds, particularly in Tel Aviv, Haifa, and Bat Yam. Senegalese diplomat Sheikh Niang, former representatives to the United Nations, has expressed concern about the wider economic and social impact of the conflict on African nations. In a recent analysis, he warned of a potential exogenous shock that could destabilize already vulnerable economies, urging African states to pursue strategic reforms focused on food sovereignty, energy diversification, and industrial self-reliance. We move now to Benin Republic as the country launches campaign to curb visa rejection and promote lawful travel abroad. Benin's Ministry of Foreign Affairs has launched a nationwide campaign titled "Everything Starts with a Good Start," aimed at guiding citizens through lawful international travel processes and reducing the high rate of visa refusals. The initiative comes in response to growing challenges faced by Beninese nationals seeking visas to travel abroad, with common issues including incomplete applications, falsified documentation, and visa overstays. These factors have led to an increase in temporary or permanent visa denials and, in some cases, deportation from host countries. In a statement issued on Tuesday, the ministry warned that such practices not only harm individual applicants but also tarnish the international reputation of Beninese citizens. The campaign, which will be rolled out in phases, focuses on three key areas: discouraging the use of fraudulent documents, reinforcing awareness about visa conditions and time limits, and promoting registration in the register of Beninese abroad. The government emphasized that this initiative is particularly timely in light of tighter global migration controls and increasing scrutiny by partner countries, especially the United States. And to Cote d'Ivoire, the country welcomes 5 new ambassadors. Ivorian President Alassane Ouattara on Monday formally received the credentials of 5 newly appointed ambassadors during a diplomatic ceremony held at the presidential palace. The event, which underscored Cote d'Ivoire's continued engagement in strengthening diplomatic ties and fostering international partnerships, was attended by key Ivorian officials. The envoys include Mr. Fabrice Boussougo of Gabon, Mr. Asseni Mobasila of Guinea, Mr. Paul Bianot Barkassa of Senegal, and Mr. John Marshall of the United Kingdom, including Ms. Lin Kim Koo of Vietnam. Each diplomat presented their letters of credence as well as the letters of recall for their predecessors in accordance with established diplomatic protocols. And with that, we've come to the end of today's edition of Newswave on West African Voice Network. For more news from across the region and beyond, visit wavn.org. You can also stay connected with us on X, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn at WAVN News, and on TikTok and YouTube at West African Voice Network. I am Fatima Ibrahim. Thank you for watching.